We got another one for
Whitey.
you. Oh, we got you. Well, Joe with another one. See what you got there, Lane.
Alright. There's another one. We got a double.
Another dub.
Sorry, but
Nice.
Table Rock Whites.
Woo.
Can't beat it, baby. It's mid-December. Merry Christmas.
There you go.
There's
There's a bug out here.
Christmas, bitches.
Oh yeah.
Bo, we are on the school. They've got them worked all the way up to 20 feet.
Yeah, I caught this one at 28.
Well, that's a lot shallower than we've been catching them today.
We're sitting in 75 feet of water.
You got it? Another dub. Look at you, Toby. Big pimpin'.
Well, we're out here at Table Rock Lake, and what we're going to do today is do a little instructional video on deep water fish, winter fishing. I know a lot of people have been asking me how in the world you do it, so hopefully we can kind of show you what we're looking at on the sonar, and then I want to give you a little sneak peek of the 1 ounce new jig Pro Series that we're fixing to come out with. It's got a 5/0 hook in it, and it'll be good for punching and super deep water fishing and whatever you want to do with it. And we're looking for shad balls here. There's some that just went off the screen, but it was just a little bitty one. I saw a little bit. Now there's some coming in, but you see that fish hanging out right there? So that's what you're looking for, is some activity around the shad, but that's such a little ball, it'd be really hard to stay up with it, and then I don't see any other fish hanging around suspended much, so we're going to keep looking. I think they're going to be further downstream ahead of us here. As it gets colder, they keep heading downstream, staying up with the water temperature that they're wanting to be in. Toby, get back here. Okay, now here you can see we're just starting to come up out of the channel, and we're on a bigger ball of shad here, and you can see there's fish activity. There's mark up here, over here where they're spiked up. So this is what you're looking for. So we're going to stop here and see if we can get a bite, and we'll show you what we're doing with these. We've already got one. It's a bass.
Look out, Toby. First drop. He was in about 42 foot of water.
Back to the edge of the shad.
Just picked it up and pulled it down. Trying to hurry. Need to get these back as fast as you can.
You know, a lot of people, what they do is they'll get out spooning, and number one, they won't fish suspended. They want to be banging the bottom, which sometimes, you know, that occurs, but most of the time these fish are just suspended out here in the channel. And one other thing, right now the water temperature's getting colder, so you don't want much movement on your spoon. Just let it hang there and give it a little bobble every now and then. See there, see that fish that just marked right there on the electronics? Can you zoom in on that? You can see that streak?
Yep.
So that's what you're looking for. And most of the time, you fish at the top of the shad or above them. Sometimes there'll be fish underneath them, but more often you'll catch them actually at the very top of the shad or underneath them, or I mean right above them. Sometimes we've even seen where your strike zone's 20 feet above the shad level. So it's just, you know, it changes from one day to another.
Now, a lot of people have trouble fishing deep, and I've heard you talk about it a lot, and you say it's no different than fishing in 6 inches.
Yeah. Just gotta fish with something you can get down there with the fish. Yeah, I'm not seeing any activity there. We're starting to drop off into the channel again. And when the water's warmer, you'll jig your spoon more, but I watch guys out there and they're spooning, boy, they just doing that, Ned's doing that, and there's no need in doing that, spoon fishing. This is even when they're hitting it on the drop, not just hanging, that's all you need to do. That's it. You don't have to work yourself to death fishing a spoon. And they'll be giving it that stuff and then wonder why that they don't catch any fish. But it's simple fishing. It really is. I mean, it's nothing to...
Once you get a spoon down, it's one of the easiest things to learn, actually.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going straight down, but I'm sure later we'll show them a little bit about the belly in the line.
Mm-hmm. The 5500C is one of the best deep water reels for vertical fishing you can use, because that is a line that tells you exactly how deep you are. With a normal filled spool where I'm at right there, when that level line goes from one side to this other side, that lets off 7 feet of line, almost right to the inch. So you know exactly how deep you are at all times. And then when you get a bite, you can go exactly right back to that depth immediately without any problems.
Just count it going across and cut it off.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I didn't get a bite right there. Should have had. There's activity.
Got one on the first drop. It's always a jinx.
That or it's going to be a hell of a day.
The aggressive fish.
Oh, I just got bit about 45 feet. There he is. After you get caught up with it, you can kind of just slack off and have some fun. This feels like a bass here instead of a big white. Nope, big old whitey. Biggin. Yeah. There goes Toby. Ah, there's good one. That's how easy it is.
Actually stuck him in the top of the head.
Yeah, Joe got one too.
Got another one going back here.
I think that's a white, the way he's shaking his head. He was about 45. He's a puller.
Yeah.
I'm throwing 10-pound braid with a 10-pound fluoro leader on it.
Are you wanting any fish?
Oh, I don't care.
Well, I don't need any, so if you don't want any, I'll throw him back.
Throw him back.
Yeah, throw him back. Looky there, Toby. What is that? I can't manhandle them like Bo. My line's not that heavy. About a 2-pound white. I'm gonna need the pliers. I think I'll lay them right there on the life jackets. Thank you.
One of them disappeared in a hurry.
He hit this twice. He was like yours. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
He didn't
They
get it the
come
first
up
time.
and swipe at it. And
Kiss him bye.
of course, there's more than one swiping at it, trying to get it.
Yeah. That's what you want, those little competition. I'm throwing a little old 5/8 ounce ice jig that I kind of custom painted up there. It's not pretty, but it works.
So give us a little education, Bo, on how fish tend to travel and migrate.
Well, shad are so channel oriented it's not even funny. When you see shad, unless there's something really actively feeding on them and pushing them, they will be in the channel. We got a little jungle noise going on.
Yeah.
Hello.
So like right here, we're in 69 feet. Well, we're starting to come up out of the channel over onto the flat here to where I'm pointing. over towards what looks like a bluff wall.
Uh-huh.
That's not a bluff wall, and people fish that wall over there all the time, but there's nothing there. You never catch any fish over there, and that's because the channel is here. And I just got bit at 49 feet right there.
That means I'll get hooked up to.
There he is. All right, come on.
Trouble with fishing a treble hook. There he is.
That's probably Nickmeyer. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, I'd have filmed from Nick's boat.
Got another one. So look at all the activity. Show that screen there what's going on. That's why we're getting bit right here.
I just had one bump mine, but he didn't have
Yeah, so here's another big white.
it. Go.
Joe's got another one.
I can't let Bo outdo me.
Take a look at that one. Nice.
This feels like another big white, the way he's pulling.
Was that about 45 feet deep? You a bit?
5 foot.
So
40?
see how the shad's all plumed up here? Can you get a good shot of that?
Yeah, hold on. I want to get Nick's fish real quick. I mean, Joe's fish. Nice.
I used to have one.
Here comes a conservation officer sneaking up on us.
Look out, Toby. Toby! Don't jump
Oh.
in.
Old Nick Meyer.
Hey, buddy. Shed all over up there. That's a big old white. You gotta do it hard.
Well, I was trying to get the hook in one that was biting.
My electronics messing you up.
Old Toby gets excited when he sees you, Nick.
Oh yeah, that's my buddy.
Who is that? Oh, that's old Nicky, isn't it? Yeah, that's my buddy.
You got your limit yet?
See how we're in 61 or 2 feet now? Well, a while ago, right behind us, we were in 69. Actually, there's 72 feet or 3-4 feet of water behind us. And we're up on the edge, right out of the channel. So there's a long flat. You can go a long way on this flat and never get out of 60 foot of water till you're pretty close to that bank. But the channel's right here behind us. So that's why you need to pay attention to your channel in a lot of your fishing. That looks good. It's a nice looking chunk rock bank over there, but you hardly ever catch a fish. And that's why you catch a lot more fish on this nothing looking stuff behind us, because the channel's right here. Mr. Joe got another one.
Nope, he come off. Lost him. He'll come back and get it though.
Yeah, I'm
There he
backing
is.
up, see if we get into the shed again. Joe's got one.
Got him back on?
All white stuff. Yeah, all whites. It's pretty good.
Your first one was a bass.
Yeah, I had one little largemouth. Now he's just hooked good.
No.
Ice jig scores again, Toby.
Another nice white.
Got another one.
Back to the front. We got another one.
Who keeps taking my pliers? I wonder, Toby.
That's what's fun about catching whites, huh, Bo?
Yeah, but we catch a lot of bass out here too.
Mixed in with them?
Yeah. And the whites are better herders and the blacks are lazy and they just follow along because it's easy picking.
That's exactly right. And normally I found they're below them. Normally.
Down there they may all more of them be right in the bend down there by now.
Plane.
Now we're just gonna idle.
Toby, we're gonna get 2 rods out in a minute. Get him going.
I've got a sack in there that I put a bone in there for him. Once you give him that, maybe he'll settle down.
Any of you that have seen our videos before might think that this is Wesley, but it's not. Wesley's actually resting in peace now, but before Wesley...
This is his replacement. This is Toby.
That's right, this is Toby.
The fish smelling machine.
Yeah.
As you can see, Joe Lane dressed him today. Toby's mama dressed him.
His mama wants him wearing that. He's gonna get cold, she says.
You can see Joe Lane let him wear Toby's. Toby got to wear Joe Lane's underwear today.
Yeah. So what size spoon you throwing, Bo?
Oh, it probably weighs about 5/8 of an ounce, or maybe 3/4. One thing that I might do here after a while is tie it direct to the spoon so it's got more twirl to it. I've got a barrel swivel on it now to cut down on line twist, but since we're just hanging the spoon, you really need that thing twirling as it's hanging. You'll get more bite. So if you take that barrel swivel off,
A little more action.
and let your line twist up, well, when it's hanging there, it'll twirl back and forth more.
Hell, now that you're talking to Trocar, you ought to tell them how to fix a treble hook. A weed guard.
Yeah, I put a little technology behind the treble hook.
Yeah. Because the treble hook is one of the poorest hooking things we got, isn't it?
Yeah. They keep making the shank on them shorter and shorter, and here's what happens. When you set the hook, you want to keep that hook point lined up with your line of pull, but if you watch, I'm going to put that on my finger, look what happens. See, I'm pulling this way, but see the angle the hook is?
Yep.
That's why it's hard to get it to penetrate, because it really needs to be lined up like that. And so if you have your hook shank longer, it will tend to keep that lined up straighter, but the shorter that your line tie is to that hook point, the more it's going to be at a 90 degree when you're trying to drive it through. Instead of lining up like that, it's going to skip along like that right there. So let me do that one more time.
Sure.
Alright, so we're trying to drive that hook through there, but see how it's turning the hook point away? See my line of pull, but see where the hook point's going? It's just going to skip. See that?
Yep.
That's why it's so poor hooking.
So NewTek has a lot of other products coming out for 2015 where we're kind of pushing the envelope, trying to bring more good stuff forth, but eventually NewTek will come out with a spoon. Is that correct, Bo?
Yeah, I've got
Designs?
prototypes sitting there, just need the money to get them launched,
And
fine tune them.
do you want to talk a little bit about what'll be different with the NewTek spoon, or is that something you just rather not discuss at this point?
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
We're gonna have to get to looking here.
But it'll definitely be better hooking than the current spoons on the market. Is that correct?
Yep. Oh, I just got bit at 40 right there, Joe.
Put a little new jig technology to it.
Yeah, for one thing, it'll be weedless, where you can fish it through stuff and hook.
More accurately? Top of the head?
Mm-hmm.
Just like everything else we do?
Yeah.
Nice. And that's why you support NewTek Lures, because we're bringing good stuff to you.
How deep? About 46. I had it at 50 and I moved it up and pumped it a couple of times. That didn't feel like a white.
Nice chunk.
Look out, Toby. Ripple ice jig. $46, Toby. That's a pretty bass.
Yeah.
Looky there, Tobes. Looky there. What is that? What did you get him? 40. I got a witness. What's that, Toby?
Joe Lane with another nice white.
There he is. I come up to 35 feet.
They're everywhere.
Got a double.
Look, no. Toby, get back. You're gonna get
Toby.
a hook. You're gonna get a hook. Toby, get back.
Joe with a nice white. Nice.
I think Bo got me on this one, but mine's prettier.
Yeah.
Get that right, Toby.
So we're out here with Joe Lane, and how long you been fishing with Bo, Joe?
I met Bo 2 years ago at the ramp there at 39 Bridge at Shell Knob.
And he turned you on to the new jig?
He did. Showed me the new jig and went out night fishing with him several times this year.
What do you think?
New jig is an excellent product.
Yeah,
Dared me to hang it up, and I tried for about 3 hours and couldn't do it. Throwing it through trees and brush piles and some hard rock. And
Joe here is actually going to Florida in the first of the year, and we're going to go ahead and send our 1 ounce bomber with them to field test that down there.
is that what you're going to call it? The bomber.
A 1 ounce bomber.
Well, I'm anxious to try it. We'll go down there and punch some of them pads and mats and hopefully get that new tech up on the podium down there in that BASS Southern Open.
Who you going to be fishing down there with?
I'll be fishing with Elite Pro Seth Fighter. He just made the Elites. This is his first year. Excellent fisherman. And another Central BASS Open fisherman by the name of Josh Douglas. So we're going down fish Toho, Kissimmee, that chain, and then later on in the month go down on to Okeechobee, give it a shot down there for a couple of weeks.
There you go.
Anxious to throw that new jig.
Yep. Well, best of luck to you down there.
Thank you.
A little ball of shad with fish all over. Look at all the hooks right there.
Yep.
We're out in that straight full timber under the spring, 74 feet of water.
Gill mark.
Well, Bo's got another one.
Yep. He's just a dogging away.
49 feet deep. What do we got? Another white. Another nice white.
Big old chunkers. Whoa, we got a nice bass right there.
That's a nice one.
We can swing these. We went to a little bigger line. I'm gonna need the pliers, Shane.
All right.
Please.
Got another dub.
No double.
Whoa!
Let's see what we got here.
Look at the size of this one, Joe.
Oh Well, I guarantee you this ain't no piss ant back here.
That's what old Joe's got.
Joe's got something down there pulling.
Nice fish, Bo.
He may be foul hooked the way he's. Nope, he's just a stout fish.
Yet another dub.
You gotta be right in the front, don't you, Toby? Get in here.
Too bad I can't fish and film because we got a couple of triples too.
Doggone it. You got me too. That's some gun.
I think we've hooked you more times today than
I'll tell you what.
you, pliers.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this mess.
Go, bud. He says you're going back with me.
Toby, get back.
Free Joe, then we'll free the fish.
This thing's got so many hooks on it. It's got hook on the front, hook on the back, treble on the bottom. Another table rock whitey.
Nice one.
Well, that's disgusting.
42 feet where that one was at.
Yeah, I know, but I've lost the shad already.
Yep, they're off the graph.
Hey, Wesley.
Wesley, dog.